Well, Merino to Arsenal latest. It's really coming close, but a discussion between Arsenal and the side called Rio Sociedad is still taking on and it's really closing in through. And welcome to this channel. This is the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani. Heavy smash like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It has been a while, but we are back to obviously have something to talk or to share with you in here onto this beautiful channel that goes by the names of Rokani Media Football. Mono Gadgets are the people responsible for powering this show. And guys, I really ask myself, why do you obviously text the number that sells phones and laptops and ask them for betting tips? Guys, what's wrong with you? These are people, just WhatsApp that number, call it, if at all you need what we call a phone or a laptop. That is it. Because that's what they deal in, and Mono Gadgets are dealers in laptops, phones, and used phones and used laptops. Call them on +256 70 99 88 665. You can as well follow them on TikTok at Mono Gadgets and they'll obviously be to your service, right? So let's obviously get into the mix as we talk about Mikel Merino to Arsenal, and then Emile Rowe also bidding his farewell to the side of Arsenal after announcement that he has gone ahead to accomplish the deal from Arsenal to Fulham his journey to Arsenal came to an end. Now, this is team news and ticks. Arsenal are in negotiations with Rio Sociedad regarding Mikel Merino to get the best deal possible, and it's viewed as an easy deal to do by the club. Mikel Arteta personally pushed strongly for the move and was insistent that Merino was the player to bring in. That's the story we are getting in through from the man himself, known as Team Ticks. And he's really one of those people that is really so close to the club of Arsenal. And I would love to obviously see what other stories are really coming in from him. But Arsenal are really seeing this as an easy deal to do. And I think it is really easy for them to do because the player is left with just 1 year on his contract. He doesn't have a buyout clause, and he's really that kind of player who wants to come in through and obviously go to Arsenal. And him putting up the best of the best, and him putting out the best of the best that he wants to obviously go and really put in a very good shift at Arsenal has gone ahead obviously do what we call hasten this move of this deal. And guess what? It's really coming to the levels that I've gone ahead obviously coming through and do the needful. So guys, that's exactly what is happening on the deal of this young man known as Mikel Merino. I call him young because I believe at the age of 28 the game of football is still young, because nowadays players have gone to show us that they can play football until the age of 40. So for me, Mikel Merino at 28, he still has some other 6 seasons still playing at the top level, depending on how he's really going to be holding himself in as far as the mainstream is really concerned. That is Mikel Merino for you, and that's what we're really having for you in here. And after him, that is Team Ticks, Fabrizio Romano has come out and obviously had something to say about this deal. He has reiterated some of his words that he said like 2 days back, that let me say that Arsenal are really closing in on the deal for Merino. The package is going to be something around 30 million euros. Everything is proceeding to the final stages. We will understand the structure of the deal in the next days, but the agreement between Arsenal and Rio Sociedad is really, really close. So obviously, the agreement between Arsenal and Rio Sociedad is really, really close. And I know exactly what it means when they say it's really, really close, meaning that there are some nitty-gritties that are really trying to say to it that this is what we call they are what we call as fine margins, right? And Arsenal are really working hard to obviously get this over the line. And in the due course of really fighting hard to get this over the line, I believe it's really going to give them the best that they deserve into there, because Fabrizio is telling us that it's in the final stages and the package is somewhere around 30 million euros. And I believe 30 million euros is a bargain for the club of Arsenal. That's why the other side of The other side of Team Ticks told us that it's seen as an easy deal to do for the club of Arsenal. Why is it seen as an easy deal to do? It's seen as an easy deal to do because of the amount of money involved, and it's just 30 million euros, and 30 million euros, that's really a huge bargain for the club of Arsenal. And I tell you what, they're not going to stop them from obviously getting to where they deserve to be, into the mix. So that is exactly what you are getting in through from the side of Fabrizio Romano, and everything is proceeding to the final stages, meaning that the deal of Mikel Merino is proceeding to the final stages, and the structure of the deal in the next days will obviously be done and dusted. And I tell you, today is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, here we go might not be far off from us. We might be here, and here we go is really going to be announced very, very, very soon. And I tell you what, it's really going to give us vibes that we have always just going to obviously think about, because this is a team that needs a player like Merino who comes in through with huge experience, and he's really going to be coming into Arsenal as a bargain. And by the way, Arsenal getting into players at that price is really very, very important to obviously note and give Arsenal the flowers they deserve. Why? If you've gone ahead to really sell, if you've gone ahead to get Carafiori at 45 million euros, then you've gone ahead to get in Merino at 30. That means you've gotten into players that can get into the starting 11 of Arsenal at just 75 million euros. As in comparison to last season, Arsenal spent 105 plus 67, that is 172, to get to players that will obviously get into the starting 11 of Arsenal. And this time round, they've gonna hit obviously spend 70 million euros, something like 65 million pounds into the mix, meaning they're even gonna hit to spend less than the amount of money they spent to bring in Kai Havertz, because Havertz came in through for like 71 million pounds, and that is like 80 million euros, meaning that Arsenal have gonna hit to spend 10 million euros less to bring in two players than they did last season. That is some good business done by Arsenal, and that's why I'm going to hear rumors that they're in for Victor Osimhen, and I want to be shocked if at all that deal is really rectified into the mix. Now, after that, let's go to Emile Smith-Rowe. Officially, he has gone ahead to leave the club of Arsenal, and he's now a Fulham player. And what has Fulham gone ahead to write about the player? Fulham have said, Fulham sign Emile Smith-Rowe. The club is delighted to confirm the signing of Emile Smith-Rowe from Arsenal for an undisclosed fee. An England international with Emile Smith-Rowe has penned, Emile Smith-Rowe has penned a 5-year contract, keeping him at Craven Cottage until the summer of 2029, with a club option to extend by further 12 months. A versatile attacking player, he primarily operated off the left wing, all as a number 10 for the Gunners, but is also comfortable on the right, all in a slightly deeper role in the midfield. Speaking to Fulham TV after putting pen to paper, Smith-Rowe said, "I'm finally here, so I'm really happy for me and my family. It's a good moment. I'm really excited. I just wanted to get here as quickly as possible so I could get going with my teammates, listening to the project, speaking to the manager, and seeing what players we have already here. I think it's an exciting project for me and definitely the perfect step for my career going forward." He added, and then Tony Khan, looks like he's a sporting director of Fulham, said, "I'm thrilled to announce the arrival of Emile Smith-Rowe to Fulham. We are very excited to sign such a talented young player, and we look forward to Emile joining the squad in Portugal as we continue to prepare for the new season ahead." Come on, Fulham. A lifelong Londoner, Smith-Rowe, who turned 24 last Sunday, was born just 10 miles away from the cottage in Croydon, joining the Arsenal Academy a decade later. So, his first test of senior football came in 2018-2019 when he made 6 appearances across the UEFA Europa League and League Cup, scoring an impressive 3 times in those outings before a brief loan spell in Germany with RB Leipzig in the second half of the campaign. A Premier League debut arrived in December before another loan, this time at second-tier Huddersfield Town, where he scored his first league goal in a 3-2 defeat by Fulham at Craven Cottage. Smith-Rowe impressed during his time in Yorkshire and scored the late win against West Bromwich Albion and confirmed their championship survival in the Palmate match of the season. So that is Emile Smith Rowe for you, and they're going to write a very beautiful article about him. If you feel like you're okay, you can as well go ahead and really read it via the website of Fulham, right? And going to his Instagram, as he bid farewell to the fans of Arsenal, Emile Smith Rowe, EMSR, said that, Arsenal family, I wasn't sure where to start with this, as it is the hardest message to write to you all. I was 10 years old when I first signed for this club, just a kid with no idea that he would go on to make over 100 appearances and wear the iconic shirt number 10 for Arsenal. I've experienced so much here, met and played with the best and made so many memories that it's hard to pick out the best memories. There is too many people to thank, but I want to say thank you to all my teammates over the years, every staff member that has helped me along the way, and especially to you fans for making Arsenal home to me for so long. I'm ready to take on a new challenge. I feel hungrier than ever, and I have to give myself the opportunity to take the next step. So thank you again to the Arsenal family. I'll always appreciate you. That is ESR, and that is Emile Smith Rowe coming in through from the side of Arsenal to join the side of Fulham, and that's how he went ahead, obviously, throw in his last message to the side of Arsenal fans. Now, Edu Gaspar had the following to say: Emile Smith Rowe is loved by us all at the club. He has been with us for so many years, and we are so proud that he has developed through our academy system into our first team. It has been a very positive collaboration to find the right place for Emile Smith Rowe, where he will continue to grow and make his mark on the Premier League. We have completed an important positive deal for him. We thank Emile Smith Rowe for everything he gave to Arsenal, and we wish him well in the next stage of his career. So that is what he has gone ahead, obviously, wish him. And then we had the Guna blog, the Arsenal correspondent for The Athletic, came out and told us that Arsenal sporting director had been negotiating the sale of Emile Smith Rowe from the club's Los Angeles hotel, with the last few days of talks centered on the schedule of payments. Smith Rowe left the Arsenal camp on Sunday morning. In the end, he expressed his wishes to join Fulham, something Arsenal were keen to respect. Obviously, we told you that it's Emile Smith Rowe that was pushing for this deal to happen, but Arsenal would have gone ahead, obviously, keep him around. But because the player wanted to go and to really not kill another year at Arsenal, they obviously gave him green light to come in and obviously operate in the best way possible. So guys, tell me your thoughts about the deal of Mikel Merino, latest, seen as an easy deal to do, and Arsenal are really doing everything to see either the deal is progressing or proceeding into the final stages to obviously get a here we go before the end of this weekend. And what do you make about the guy called Emile Smith Rowe bidding farewell to the club of Arsenal? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and continue to subscribe. But remember, we are powered by Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are dealers in phones and laptops, and they also deal in used phones and used laptops. So if at all you feel like you want a used phone, a used laptop, or a phone that is really brand new, you can as well call Mono Gadgets 256 on +256 70 9988 665, and don't call them calling in for betting tips like most of you are really doing. This is a company that deals in phones, and it sells phones and laptops. Only WhatsApp them when you want them, when you're inquiring something concerning phones and laptops from them. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye-bye.